There are some stories that when they end, they force you to stand in front of a mirror and think about the people around you. The case I'm going to tell you tonight is one of those stories. A case that turns trust into a nightmare. A case that turns a family into darkness. A case that, the further you go, the harder it is to believe it's real. This is the true story of the Watts family, a house that was too quiet. August 2018, a quiet, clean, flawless neighborhood in Colorado, a white house with lights glowing, and a man who always smiled. Chris Watts, a simple oil company employee, quiet, polite, the kind of man no one could ever imagine raising his voice. His wife, Shanann Watts, a 34-year-old woman who loved her children, active, kind, social. 2 little daughters, Bella, 4 years old, Cece, 3 years old. In the photos, a complete family, beautiful, calm, the perfect American family. But behind those photos, something was silently rotting. The day everything began. Noon of August 13th, Shanann returned from a business trip, but she never reached home. Her friend called repeatedly, no answer. She knocked on the door, no answer. She called her husband, Chris. Where is Shanann? Chris calmly said, I don't know. Maybe she went somewhere. But the strange thing was, Shanann's car was still outside. Her purse, her phone, the girls' medications were all inside the house. And the mother and the 2 children had vanished. Her friend panicked. She called the police. The door opened. Police entered the house. Nothing was messy. No signs of a struggle. No clues. And right there, the officer's eyes fixed on Chris's face. A strange calmness. An unnatural indifference. Something was wrong with him. The next day, while his wife and daughters were still missing, Chris stood in front of the TV cameras, wearing a blue shirt, with a sad but emotionless face, and said, If you're watching this video, please come home. I just want to hold you again. But his tone, his body, his eyes, everything was a lie. That interview became one of the most famous true crime videos in the world. At that very moment, Shanann's parents were sitting in front of the TV, and her mother whispered, That's not my son-in-law. That's not the man my daughter married. Something inside him has broken. Police soon discovered Chris had a secret relationship with a young woman, Nicole Kessinger. She told investigators, Chris told me he had separated from his wife, but the messages and emails told another story. They had talked about a new life without Shanann and the kids. Police grew more suspicious and gave Chris a polygraph test. When the examiner asked, Did you harm your wife? Chris said, No, but the polygraph instantly screamed, Lie. This man, in the calmest, most misleading way possible, was hiding a truth no one could yet imagine. They sat Chris down in the interrogation room. Dim lights, heavy silence. The investigator said, Chris, tell the truth. When you lie, everything shows. Chris lowered his head, sighed, and said, Fine, it wasn't my fault. Shanann killed the kids. I only defended myself. This was Chris's biggest lie. a lie that delayed investigators for an entire hour. But something was missing, something that would change everything. Police asked Shanann's father to speak to his son-in-law alone. Her father, with a quiet, broken voice, said, "Chris, for God's sake, tell the truth. Where is my daughter?" Chris began to cry. For the first time, his shell cracked. Then, with a suffocated voice, he told the truth. A truth that froze the interrogation room. The officers were shocked. The father collapsed into his chair. Chris said, "I killed them all." Chris's full confession, in his own words. 4 a.m., Shanann had just returned from her trip. She was asleep. Chris got out of bed, argued with her, said he wanted a divorce, said he loved someone else. Shanann cried. She said, "You ruined my life." And in that moment, Chris sees something inside me shut off. He jumped on Shanann, pressed her throat, quietly, slowly, until she stopped moving. But the most horrifying part, the girls woke up. Bella asked, "Why is Mommy lying on the floor?" Chris said, "Mommy doesn't feel good." He placed Shanann's body in his truck, sat the girls beside her, and during the drive they asked, "Daddy, why isn't Mommy talking?" The detectives' hearts broke hearing that. No one could believe a human being had done this. But what came next was even darker. Chris smothered his daughters, one by one. First Cece, then Bella. Bella fought back. She cried, and her last words were, "Daddy, no." The officers typed this part of the report with great difficulty. Chris disposed of their bodies in an oil tank, several meters deep. A place where officers had to wear respirators to recover them. Shanann's body was found in a shallow grave. This was the end of the Watts family. Chris Watts was sentenced to 5 life sentences, without the possibility of parole. He later confessed in prison, "I don't even know why I did it. It felt like someone else took control." But psychologists say it was one thing, the most demonic form of human selfishness. Shanann and her 2 daughters were victims of a smiling lie. And this was one of the darkest cases American law enforcement has ever seen. A case that shows the greatest monsters are not always hiding in shadows, not always wearing a mask, but standing right beside the people who take pictures with them every day.